Oh no. Hello, hello. That's good. That works. Do, can people hear me now? Because it's through now, like my microphone is picking up the Zoom audio. I know we can't hear each other through Zoom, but maybe people can hear me through Zoom now on Facebook Live. Are we hearing, are we coming through loud and clear, or is there a glitch so they can hear me? Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. They can hear us? Cool. I went to school at Tri-State College of Acupuncture in here in Manhattan. Unfortunately, rest in peace. It doesn't exist anymore. It's merged now with Pacific College of Oriental Medicine, which isn't PCOM anymore, but I forget what its new name is. Yeah, I went to Tri-State. I really love the school because of its like hands-on palpation-based style. I'm really a hands-on person. So that's what made it a little bit hard during coronavirus when we were all kind of sheltering in place here in New York City. And that's what inspired put me on the journey to search for the best technology possible to bring what we do in the clinic, in the hands-on environment with acupuncture online or virtual. So that was kind of that journey. So I started Body Knows Best, which is an app-based social app that's for health and healing. And I kind of tried to bring a little bit of the moving of chi into the social app space, because the way we learned in school, needles are not the only way that chi can be moved. So. Oh, geez. I think I graduated in 2013. So 7 years at this point. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Which I did not do a Chinese herbal program. I actually did a traditional sacred herbal program, a Western herbal program at Sacred Vibes Apothecary in Brooklyn with Master Karen Rose. And that was really amazing as well. Yeah. Now you guys are in it. Yeah. Hello, hello. Yeah, so initially it was a matter of me sitting on my couch freaking out for about 2 weeks and getting lots of emails from patients. When are you going to be open? I hope you're doing okay. Can I get my herbs? Can you send them in the mail? Is that possible? Is that safe? Stay safe, and me, sending out newsletters on a daily basis just to check in with people, see where they are. Make sure that the patients that I knew were immunocompromised were, being safe and taking all their precautions they could. And then I kind of went down this rabbit hole on a search for a way to bridge the gap, because the email communication started to get out of control. And so I was thinking about ways of, what if we could never go back into the treatment room, for the foreseeable future? What if we couldn't, use needles? What was I going to do for the rest of the year? So I looked at some apps that did like stretching and physical therapy type things, would send people stretches. Those didn't really feel right. It didn't have the same energy. We weren't really in it together. It was, a glorified kind of worksheet for the patients, which is valuable, but it doesn't have that same connection with the practitioner and the patient. And then I tried another app that was, it used these little power dots, these little TENS machines that you could control virtually from a distance. But, as we know with technology, there are a lot of glitches, and that also kind of disrupted the energy flow between myself and my patients, and didn't have the same feel as the clinic. So, then I just started posting on Facebook, which I know, Dr. Denisha, you do as well. And, posting on Facebook seemed to be the best way to kind of get what I was thinking, get people back in the healing mode, answer questions, communicate with folks. But obviously everybody's not on Facebook. And Facebook is owned by Facebook, and it has ads, and it has all these other components to it that kind of take you out of the spirit of, wanting to be vulnerable and wanting to, be on a personal healing journey. So that's kind of when I went down the Mighty Networks road and started creating my own private social app for my patients. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I had the same kind of issue that you were talking about with kind of doing, the virtual consults, and people started to get Zoom fatigue. People didn't want to be on camera all the time. And also when you're struggling, you don't necessarily want to have to get dolled up to be on camera when you're in a state where you're like, you don't feel well. Um, so there was that aspect that I kind of wanted to overcome. And on the app right now, I don't have any courses. What I really just do is it's a daily practice where I post my reflections and people post their responses. So it's really me asking questions, trying to open people up to thinking about their body in a different way, thinking about their body at all, rather than just focusing on their screens all the time. Like reminding people, it matters how you're feeling, it matters how you're doing. Let's talk about it, let's unpack it, and you're not alone. I mean, that was really the thing about the social app that I didn't even really recognize the power of that initially, was that people, I was worried because we have all these HIPAA requirements in the treatment room. We're trying to keep people's information private, but when you're asking open questions and you're inviting people in a safe space online that's separate from kind of all of their other social media spaces to share, the vulnerability that you get and the connections that you get and the support that other people can give each other is just really amazing. Yeah. And the art that has come out of it also is really interesting. People have started doing some not, I did not suggest it, started doing some body mapping, drawing how they were feeling so they could take pictures of it and post that, or posting selfies about how they transformed from day to day. So it's, it kind of puts some of that power of healing back into the patient's hands, rather than me I'm holding space, and we know about that, like from a Taoist perspective, from a Chinese medicine's perspective, you hold space for the patient to heal. And the social app, you can do the same thing. You can hold space from a distance. We know that with things like Reiki, you can heal from a distance. And so, the power of just creating a space and really, bringing the energy into that space and allowing people to, take ownership of their own healing is pretty amazing. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Body knows best app. Yeah. Yeah, Body knows best. Yes, Body knows best. And we're in the Apple App Store, we're in the Android App Store. You can download it for free. Yeah, I mean, the main points that I, have been talking about recently really are a lot of people's third eye points. So we call that yin tong, right between the eyes. Helping people kind of chill out their eyes from all this Zoom, and people feeling uncertain about whether they can move into the future or set goals into the future. That's kind of one of the main components that we've been talking about this month. And then finding balance. So we've been talking about some of the colon as well. These points, stomach 25 on either side of the belly button, just that personal internal horizon line, I think is also really important. So I'm trying to keep it really basic and straightforward for people, so that people don't get overwhelmed. Because I find that, in the social media realm, it's really easy to blast people with a lot of information, but a little bit goes a long way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah. Oh man. Mm. I mean, I also come from an acupuncture physical medicine component. So I come from like a musculoskeletal component. So for me, I've been seeing a lot of like pain right in here. So gallbladder channel, temporalis, like temporal headaches area. So getting into those muscles, like we're just doing some scratching in there to just like open up those temporal muscles on the side of the head and the jaw a lot. So this stomach channel, I'm getting really into that as well. Really just to open up the masseter, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah. Ah, yes. Yes. Yeah. But then also the place that you also don't think about is your tongue. Like that's the other place that gets also released when you start massaging in here as well, is that tongue muscle. And we put so much tension into that area of our body that is like we're tensing that even when we're not aware of it, even when we're not necessarily grinding our teeth. And that can also help with anxiety as well. Really do your best. It's all good. Yeah, exactly. It's all good. Yeah, there's a lot in there. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's not just cosmetic. It's not just for the collagen plumping. It's also for relaxation. It's also for visioning. It's also for anxiety. Yeah, it's good for a lot of things. Yeah, just text. Yeah. Yeah, and bringing it a little bit into the 21st century, just a little bit. You know, the medicine's so ancient, but that's the thing that I was racking my brain about is how can we make that leap? How can we make that connection? Because our industry, you know, traditional medicine doesn't have to be disconnected from technology. It doesn't need to be smarter. We just need to use the resources that we have. And I think community, you know, is medicine in a lot of ways. Oh, did we get a message? Oh, Tamara.
Hello. Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I can't hear Tanisha.
Oh, she can't hear you, Tanisha. Yeah. What is going on? I can hear you. I know. Do you go? Oh my goodness. Mm-mm. So many problems. I'm okay with that. It was amazing to see you though. Yeah, let's try again in the future. Yeah, for sure. No worries. Yeah. Nobody can hear us. No, I don't think any of it's working. Oh well. Oh well. We tried. We tried. It was good to see you, and we'll try again in the future. Okay. No.
I can hear you. I just can't hear Tanisha. That's the only.
Yeah, she can't hear you at all, Tanisha. She
But I
said
can
we're
hear you
gonna
very
hang up
clear.
and we're gonna try again later in the month, later in November.
Ah, okay.
Okay, because we're having a lot of technical issues right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. Should I log off now, Tanisha? I'll stay on. Okay. Yeah, you can chat to Tamara. There you go. It's weird. I don't know. Because everything looks like it's working, but it's just not working.